Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with the first episode in what might be a new playthrough for Total War Attila. We're playing as the Western Roman Empire, and I'm going to try something a little bit different, something a little bit new. It's going to be a fairly standard Total War Attila playthrough, with the exception that I'm going to try to incorporate some of the stuff that we've been doing from Mount and Blade Warband. So I'm going to ask you guys to be my war council as we join the young Emperor Licinius Honorius Augustus in his quest to basically return Western Rome to its former glory and prevent it from falling apart to the hands of the barbarians. And so in doing that, I'm going to pick out a few of my advisors, you guys who are going above and beyond, and I'm going to try to make you, and I've tested this, it should work, generals and governors. So I'm actually going to rename, and I can tweak their faces a little bit, but they have to be within like the 10 or so Roman faces. I'm going to rename generals and governors after Roman names that you guys come up with, and you guys will sort of have a say in how that general operates his army. And so I will defer to my generals, basically say if this army right here needs a new heading, I might say, okay, General Flavius, where is the 10th Legion headed next? And whoever is or has been awarded that generalship will get a say in where that goes. Now, as the Emperor, I of course will have final say in all those matters, and Rome expects the best. So, if a general's advice proves ineffective several times, we may swap out the general or demote the general to a lesser legion and give another general the shot at one of the larger legions. I am running a fairly modded playthrough, including some mods of my own, so I think this will be a little bit unique and fun, but otherwise it's a fairly standard Western Roman Empire playthrough. You will notice that my income is massive. It's because I have a mod that gets rid of the upkeep costs of the Christianity religious buildings, because if you've played a lot of Attila, you'll know that Christianity is the worst religion in the game. It basically makes everybody hate you unless you are Western Rome or Eastern Rome or one of the few Arian Christian hordes. I think there's 2 of them. But yeah, so essentially what it does is it removes the upkeep cost for those, and then it allows, or it sort of gives them the ability to project religious influence into adjacent provinces slightly. So, for example, if on the border here I built a church, it would be able to project Christianity into like this province a little bit, sort of to replicate how during this period Christianity was spreading so quickly. Among other things, I have a mod that allows me to assign up to 100 governors. So basically every province that we hold can have a governor, and this is sort of balanced by the fact that those governors may or may not remain loyal, and the AI can do this as well. So the AI can appoint governors in all of their provinces, and so I think this will be a lot of fun. Again, I like to get you guys involved and find ways for you guys to interact with me while we play through something, so you don't have to just watch. You can actually, you know, affect what's happening on screen. And I think this will be a fun way to do it, so hopefully you guys are excited about this too. I've been itching to play Total War ever since we started our 4th Age Total War playthrough, and in playing the older Total War games, I like them because they're so deep, and in a lot of ways they're far superior to the newer games, but they're a little bit rough in controlling. Like the camera is kind of difficult to work with, the controls are a little bit clunky, and obviously the new Total War games are just absolutely beautiful. Like, look at this. So I've had the itch to sort of play either Rome 2 or Attila. I've played a hell of a lot of Rome 2, so I'm trying to get my money's worth out of Attila. I still haven't played it for more than like 40 hours, and I've played Rome 2 for like hundreds, so I figured we'd do some Attila, and I've never done a Western Roman Empire playthrough, although before I start this one, I did sort of jump in and just sort of get an idea of what I need to do in the first turn, because I do know that this is the most difficult faction to play in this game, and if we aren't careful, we will pretty much get wiped out immediately, or at least lose a whole lot of ground in the process. So with that, I'm going to start our first turn here, but this is sort of like me throwing this out here and seeing what you guys think. So this may be the only episode if the reception isn't what I hoped it would be, but if you guys seem into it, then I'm going to continue. And again, the people who are like the most consistent in the comments, the most helpful in the comments, and yeah, just the people I feel like are going to be around for the whole playthrough, because I don't want to give a generalship to somebody and then I don't hear from them for like 3 videos, and meanwhile I'm like doing, you know, commanding their army for them. So yeah, with that, let's start working on this a little bit, and we'll probably just go up to the first turn, because this is gonna be a lot of like administrative stuff. We've got a lot of reformations to make before Western Rome is going to be in any shape to survive. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into diplomacy. And basically, everybody hates the Western Roman Empire, but everybody also hates the Huns. And so I've found, at least in my other playthroughs, that a great way to make people like you is to declare war on the Huns as early as you can. So I'm actually not going to declare war on them directly, because I have noticed that the Eastern Roman Empire is already at war with them. So one thing that you can do is you can offer to join their war against the Huns, and they'll generally pay you about 1,000 gold for it. So we're going to ask for, yeah, 1050. Perfect. Moderate chance. I'll accept. Oh, they rejected it. Let's keep trying. Join war against the Huns. And will you pay me, let's see. No, I wanted less than that. I think you can type it in. Can you? Yeah, good. Some of the I think Rome 2 you can't type it in. You have to like switch back and forth and try to get the number you want. So let's see if they'll give me 750. I've gotten them to give me 1,000 in my little test play. No, come on,
Your
guys.
wisdom is renowned, and
I'm trying to make you an offer here. Actually, you know what?
An attack on these people is necessary.
We don't even know where these guys are. If they're going to pay me to join the war with them, they're going to like me more for that. And I probably will never ever run into these guys anyway, so I'll accept. Why do you keep changing it?
When men battle fruitlessly.
They're going to offer me a lot to go to war with the
this
Visigoths, but
and
I don't really
the
want to go
Lord
to war with them.
victory?
So, let's get rid of that. No, I want to go to war with the Huns, and I want you to pay me to do it.
Give careful attention.
They want
and
to
then
arrange a
careful
marriage with her.
consideration
You know
for
what?
your
I will
wisdom
accept
to
that
my words.
if you will allow me to go to war with the Huns and pay me to do it. How's that for a deal? Finally. Okay. And so
My
we
thanks,
arranged a
be
marriage. We'll have to
careful.
see who she ended up married to. Let's get rid of this. And now the next thing we're going to do is make sure we're trading with everybody we possibly can. So basically everybody hates us. As you can see here, everybody hates us with a couple exceptions. So I'm just going to go down the list and offer trades, and we're probably going to get declined on all of them. But if anybody decides that they would rather trade with us than be broke, then we'll be in a pretty good position.
Well met, friend.
Interesting. Cool. And they actually don't hate me either. Wonder what's up with that. Very interesting. How about a non-aggression pact? No? I guess that's too much. We'll see. Maybe next turn they'll like me a little bit more. Their attitude of me is improving. So next turn it'll be neutral, and we might be able to get a little bit more headway with them. Let's see. So we already tried you guys. Let's see about these guys.
The ear of my people. Do
No, That was close, though. We actually might be able to get them with a little bit of gold to grease their palms. How about 300? Would you take 3? Yeah, okay. So for a little bit of gold, I got a trade there. And that's actually really critical because if we can get decent relations with some of these border factions, we might be able to eventually convert them to Christianity and turn them into like buffer states. And that's something that would be really, really useful because as these roaming hordes come through, it'd be nice for them to hit somebody else, deal with their men. And if I have to, I'll step in to help, but if somebody else can handle it for me, that would be great. You guys don't like me enough to pursue anything further, so let's just keep going down the line.
The door is open to you, but if you wish to go
Maybe
beyond
they'll
the
pay me.
courtyard within,
Will you give me 500? They'll give me more than that. Will you give me 1,000? They stand to make a lot of money from trading with me. I have a lot of trade goods, being a massive empire, and so they'll probably make their money back in like 4 or 5 turns. Cool, so we got 1,000 for that. And they don't even like me. I'll take it. So who's up next? From what I've read, diplomacy for the Western Roman Empire is critical. And as you can see, it doesn't start off easy.
Am I always to be disturbed by...
Okay, so no luck there. In my test playthrough, they declared war on us immediately, so that's something we'll have to watch out for. We do have an army somewhere in Africa, though. Alright, so we have that down. Let's take a look at everybody's attitude, and maybe we can get some non-aggression pacts. So these guys are like puppets of the Eastern Roman Empire. You guys are apparently defensive allies with the Eastern Roman Empire. Would you consider allying with me as well? There's a non-aggression pact. How about a defensive alliance? No? I wish I could trade with them, but they're too far away and they don't have a port. So, would they become a puppet state now? I don't really want to puppet all the way over there anyways. The Franks actually don't hate me. That's surprising. The Saxons do. So, if we can get the Franks to sort of come onto our side, maybe we can work together against the Saxons, and I would be happy to let the Franks have that territory. In fact, I don't really have any desire to expand out beyond our existing borders for the most part. Maybe down the line, but it's going to be hard enough just to hold what we already have. We'd be really lucky to do that. So if somebody in this area wants to join up with us, I'd be happy to help them conquer some of these guys that are a little bit more hostile.
I welcome you, worthy speaker.
No, they're not going to do that.
I listen because your people are known to have honor.
Let's see. Well, what is our relation with you? It's -3. Maybe we should throw them some cash and get on their good side. I usually don't do this in Total War playthroughs, but in this case, I think it's going to be really critical. So I'm going to give them maybe a medium gift. That seems like a lot of money to throw at them, but they could really turn the tide here for us because they're one of the stronger factions. 6th overall. I'm 1st, but that is being a bit generous. Our armies are spread around so thin that it's really not very accurate. So yeah, they're 6th overall. They're reliable. They're defensive. That sounds like a good ally to me. So I'll throw you guys a gift, and let's see.
By the spear, this is a worthy tribute.
Alright, I have to do that first. So we're gonna be at 22 relations with them next episode or next turn. The Garamantians. These guys are pretty important as well because Africa is a great place to supplement your food. And these guys are the only people in Africa that do not hate your guts. Actually, these guys are coming around though. So we might be able to get on their good side as well. But these guys already like us, and so if we can turn that into something, that would be fantastic. I would be willing to offer you a little bit of cash.
And let us find a chord.
That's a bit more than I want to offer. Maybe if I demand it. Yeah, they're a little bit more poor than we are, so I can do 600 there, and then that's not going to be enough. Maybe 9. They need the money. Looks like it's going to have to be a little over 1,000. So, non-aggression pact, I will offer you that 1190. Okay, well, I'm not going higher than that. So, we'll have to continue working on that. You guys, I was really interested that they didn't hate my guts, because I think typically they do. And we're trading with you guys, but you don't like me very much, so...
We will gladly listen to your offers.
I wonder
but do not
if we can
wrap
turn
them in
that around.
lies.
Our
Their
relations
spirits know
are improving
truth.
with them, so we will keep an eye on it. But yeah, any of these, I call them barbarians, but at this point they're almost just as civilized, if not just as civilized as the Romans. So if I can get any of these guys to be like favorable toward us, that would be fantastic. These guys hate us, they're already at war with us. These guys could probably be coerced into helping us. The Alamans are apparently on the fence, and they declined my trade offer, if I
do
recall.
not waste words.
Oh, they got
worthy of
gems
better.
though? Damn. That'd be nice. Well, it'd be nice if we could get them to come around, but it's not looking like it. And that's pretty much everybody. But at least there's a few more people not hating our guts. That's always nice. So, we got some issues to take care of. We've got this roaming army in the middle of Gaul. And they aren't hostile yet, but they've got very little choice but to continue on into our territory. I mean, this is my territory. And this is my territory, so either way they go, they could be a threat. And so I'm probably going to combine these two armies and start marching them in that direction, so that we can deal with them. I hate that the units all start out at like half strength. I'm pretty sure it's the only faction that has to deal with that. So what I might do is combine a few of them. That way we're paying... Because if they're individual at half strength, they are each being paid the full upkeep. But if you combine them, then you're only paying for one. So that's going to basically have our upkeep, which means we'll make even more money. It also means that their morale going into battle will be higher. So that's nice too. At half strength, your units break quicker. At full strength, it takes a little bit longer. And then these guys are going to have to stay at half because... you know, there's nobody else to combine them with. Okay, so with that done, let's see. We need to get you guys as far south as possible, but I need you to meet up as well. So why don't you go here, because it looks like that is as far as south as you can go. And then you're going to meet up with them down there. And then let's see. You are 8 out of 10. I think he's more he's more loyal than he is. So let's go this way with our stuff.
Would that I were as swift as the angels.
I think, yeah, 6 out of 10. So
Commander,
you're just gonna hang out for a little bit.
advance.
I guess you're both gonna hang out right there for now. We'll see what they decide to do. Up here, we've got a lot of things going on. These guys are sitting right on Hadrian's Wall looking to do something. And so this army is going to
At your
be,
command.
are going to need to be ready to go. So let's combine them up. And then we'll probably... My concern is that he could just walk right past us if he decided to declare war. Although, we would definitely be able to catch him from here. So, I think what we'll do is we're going to stay home. We're going to recruit and probably hire mercenaries. That way, if he decides to declare war and attack this settlement directly, we'll be ready. So basically anything I can hire here, we're going to take. Just to like supplement this force for now, and then we'll recruit some units as well. Let's go 2
Sign up,
spears and
lads,
1
for a
sword.
good and glorious life.
And they should be a decent little force for us for now. Unfortunately, we can't really defend the rest of England, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. And then over here, let's see, we've got the Vandals sort of on our border. I believe these guys are Christians, though. Have we discovered them yet? We should be able to see them. Yeah, they're Christians. So it shouldn't be that hard to make them like us. They really don't like us, though. So what we could try to do is, if they step onto your land, if a roaming horde steps on your land and they're not like at war with you, you can offer them territory. But I don't want to give up anything. If I'm going to give something up, I would prefer to give up this whole province, because if I give them one part of it, I'm going to take a public order hit. I don't want to do that. But I would be happy to give up like both of these provinces. Like if you could give territories to your allies, which is a complete oversight. I can't believe they still don't have that in Total War. It's something that used to be in Total War. If you play the older Total Wars like Medieval 2, you could give people territory, and it's a really nice thing to be able to do, because like I can't really defend these right now, and I'd prefer not to, because like right here there's mountains. I could just set up my defenses right here and just, you know, hold everything west of that. So it would be nice if I could just hand these over to the Eastern Empire and be like, here you go, Dalmatia and Pannonia are all yours, have fun. But I can't do that, so I have to either defend them or let the enemy take them. If I do that, I'm going to take a lot of negative stuff if I do that. So I'm going to try to defend them if I can. But I would consider giving them land because they are Christian, and so we would actually be able to form a pretty decent relationship with them. But they're, I believe, one of the only ones that are Christian. Everybody else is Germanic pagan. Oh no, the Ostrogoths are also Christian. So I would consider giving them land as well. But they're expansionists, so they might betray us. And the Huns are neither of those religions. Okay. So we'll keep an eye on them. To that end, this legion over here is going to need to move probably, because they aren't hostile, but these guys are. So I'm going to start moving you this way, I think. And we'll see what they decide to do, because they might try to take advantage of that. And if they do, then we know we need to deal with them. If they don't take advantage, then we can probably work with them. You guys are going to probably just hang out here and recruit. I may... Oh, I can't hire any mercenaries. I don't want to move there. I need to stay within reinforcement range of this. So I'll probably just hang back and recruit. Let's do 2 spears, 1 sword again. And hopefully they can hold off whatever happens over there. Did you move as far as you can? Because if you could get into reinforcement range, that'd be great. I think he's too far. We got 2 more armies, I believe. We have one in Spain, over here. They're at full strength. I will probably recruit some more units, though. Let's go... I guess we'll go 3... No, we'll go 2 spears. And then in Africa,
Ready for orders.
we have this army. And these guys definitely need to get built up, because war with the faction to the south is pretty much inevitable. So we'll do something along those lines. And I guess if we needed to, we could... Well, we can't recruit mercenaries for whatever reason. Maybe if we cross the border, we could. So if we're down here, I believe that might be their only... That might be their only province or settlement. So if they do decide to go to war with us, it's really only a matter of dealing with their army. Which, one thing I kind of don't like about this game is that these little like 1 settlement provinces or factions have these massive armies. Like, this is almost a full stack. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, they're not very good units. They're all like 1st tier crappy units, but still, the fact that they can field that, and like, meanwhile, as the biggest faction in the game, I have like 5 half armies all at like 60 or 50% strength. It's just kind of ridiculous. So the next thing I need to do is basically demolish like every building, basically. Not all of them, but there's a lot of buildings I need to get rid of because there's all sorts of like squalor and just inefficient building. The way the settlements start is a mess. So I'm actually going to do that off camera because it's going to take a really long time. But I'm going to go through like literally every single province and demolish everything I don't think is going to be immediately necessary, and then we'll build back up from there because we are going to have so much money next turn. And then I'm obviously not going to be attacking anybody this turn, but there's probably going to be a couple of battles where whether we like it or not in the next turn. And so I guess if we have an episode 2, that's where we will begin. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to having a great time playing some Total War Attila with you. Hopefully you like this idea. I think it could be really fun because, again, I'm going to let you guys sort of not just like give suggestions, but like actually be like, okay, I'm, you know, General Flavius or whatever, and, you know, Legion, the 10th Legion wants to head into Germania or something, and I'll be like, well, we kind of need them in Gaul right now, but then maybe we'll go take out Germania, or if we don't need them, then like, yeah, let's go destroy Germania. So anywho, thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys maybe back here for part 2.